It's the nation's favourite antiques experts.
What a job.
With £200 each.
You with me?
A classic car.
Buckle up.
And a goal to scar Britain for antiques.
Oh, sorry.
The aim? To make the biggest profit at auction. But it's no mean feat. There'll be worthy winners and valiant losers. So, will it be the high road to glory or the slow road to disaster?
Have a good trip.
This is the Antiques Road Trip. Yeah.
Look lively, we're off on an antiquing expedition in Lincolnshire with swashbuckling auctioneer Paul Laidlaw and glamorous dealer Margie Cooper. But which is which?
I don't know much about it. Airfields, links, East Coast. I've got to bring the war up.
Fabulous cathedral. Oh, don't.
Lincoln.
No, you're not going to start with all this war stuff, I heard.
Come on.
Cripes.
My tactic is that you will, I'm sure this won't upset you, I will just be hovering behind you, ready to snatch. Is that the best you can do? I'll take it!
Don't you dare.
The fight is on. Our pair are all set for their thrilling escapade. Each have £200 in their pocket, and they have the super lovely Morris Minor 1000 convertible to pad around town and city.
Quintessentially English, is it not?
No, great car. Absolutely great car.
And is that a nice one? No roof?
You are observant, Paul. Our pair's road trip kicks off in Hemswell Cliff in Lincolnshire. They'll gallop around Yorkshire, take a spin around the Midlands, before concluding in Shrewsbury, Shropshire. Today, our cheeky chumpsters are headed for the village of Hemswell Cliff in North Lincolnshire, and will auction in the North Yorkshire town of Harrogate. Lovely.
I reckon we may end up in the same shop this morning.
Sniffing around.
I'm talking about
Little
militaria.
corn. Oh, no. Please. You're not
what do you
still
mean?
You're not still buying that old rubbish, are you?
What?
Crumbs. This is going to be interesting.
There's a sign.
Yeah.
Come on, look.
Yeah. Right.
What does that say?
We've got like 4 centres.
That away then, eh?
So you're not
Shall
gonna
we divide and conquer?
Definitely.
I'll just abandon you by the roadside.
Charming. Once part of RAF Hemswell, the home of the Lancaster bomber, this is now the site for Europe's largest antique centre. Let's begin with Paul in his Martin Bell suit.
This is the cool corner. You can see that. Bang on trend. Gramophone horn converted to a ceiling light shade. This is where it's at the moment from a popular interior design point of view. Sadly, however, the prices are bang on trend as well, and I see no profits here, so I'm off.
Where's our lovely Margie then?
There's Noddy. That's happy memories. I'm a Noddy era. Oh, I love Noddy. Absolutely adored him. Still like him.
Oi, less nostalgia. How about some buying? What's Paul found, the old fox?
There's our little chap. Now, 2 questions. Is it bronze and is it old? Now, just because you spy that little treasure in the cabinet and it's dark chocolate brown, don't assume for a moment it's necessarily metallic bronze. What do we look for? We look for that, a coppery hue. That is bronze. First box ticked. Good news.
It's priced at £35.
Now, is it old? Now, I'd like it to date to the late 19th or early 20th century. And if it does, do you know what? I think it does. I think we could put it under the umbrella of the Animalier School. And this is a group of sculptors that's focusing on a very naturalistic depiction of animals and wildlife.
Let's find manager Penny.
How you doing, Penny?
Good, thank you.
Wee fox.
Yeah, it's lovely.
£35. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, he is.
Will there be a wee bit of slack in that or not?
Yeah, I think so. 12.40. I think he'll be all right with straight 30.
sounds all right to me. Can I leave that with you?
Yeah, of course you can.
One item bought, but still more to see. How's Margie getting on?
That's an old gardener's watering can. 10 pints in there. Gosh, would you believe that? 10 pints in there. Oh, it's got a really good old look about it, hasn't it? About 80 years old, I would think. And look, £12. I wonder if the people of Harrogate would like that and give me a small profit. That's one to think about. So I'll put that down there. I've just put that down and I've spotted this Victorian teapot. Looks the sort that you'd put over a witch's cauldron, which my husband would say, perfect for you.
Cheeky devil.
How good is that? Gosh, that's well over, that must be about 120 years old. I mean, it's impossible to damage it, that's why it survived.
That's ticketed at £20. Looks Japanese to me.
You know, I think I'm going to go for these two. They could either go together or I could sell them separately. But, you know, I just feel they're going to make a profit. You think I'm mad?
No comment?
Let's go.
Oh, Lord. Thought you said they were impossible to damage. Oh, no. For goodness sake. OK, Esme's here to help. Esme, over to you.
Would this be your choice? I don't think so.
Very unusual.
Very diplomatic, Esme. Why the spout?
The best price we can do on this watering can is £10.
I thought you might say that.
And this one has to be 18.
And nothing for two together.
No, sorry.
So it's 28.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much
Thank you
indeed.
very much. Thank you.
The Victorian watering can for £10 and the Victorian kettle, looks Japanese, for 18.
Oh, looks very good in here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Hi,
whoa.
how right.
Are you familiar with the concept of trespassing? Whoa, I thought you were...
I am allowed to go where I want, I was told.
How's it going? You
All
buying?
right.
You shopping, buying?
Yeah. Bought a couple of bits. Are you finished?
Mind you, what is this, an interrogate? You come in here, you trespass, you interrogate me.
I'm going now because I don't want to spoil your chances. I've secured mine.
Ah, you secured your future of profitability.
See you, darling.
See you later.
Bye.
Cheerio, darling Margie. Now, what's next for Paul?
This is what I have tried these in the past. That just looks like slightly comical copper and brass jug. Well, I can tell you who designed it. That was designed by W.A.S. Benson, perhaps the most prolific and certainly one of the most important English designers of the tail end of the 19th century.
William Arthur Smith Benson is credited as a genius of the arts and crafts movement.
Prove it, Laidlaw. Prove that's the work of the great W.A.S. Benson. Well, if you know what you're looking for and where to look, it says there, Benson's patent on the handle. It's small, it's hardly visible, it's polished, but that's what it is. And this is one of a series of his patent hot water jugs, a whole series of these, and it's lined. It has an enamelled vessel within, and it was an insulated jug. It just kept, it was like a thermos, wasn't it? But when you know the background to that, the importance of the man, does that not talk to you? And does it not seem cheap at £15?
Looks splendid. Let's find Penny to chat cash.
Penny, I'm back. I won't keep you. I'm interested in that. See what we can do on the price.
£13 sound all right?
It's going to have to be all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to take up on it.
Success for Paul. The rather lovely W.A.S. Benson copper hot water jug and the Animalier bronze fox for a total of £43. Good stuff. Meanwhile, Margie has made her way to the North Lincolnshire town of Barton upon Humber. It's back to school for Margie. She's going to learn about one of the most important schools in the world, set up by a founding father of modern-day education, Samuel Wilderspin. Margie's meeting with John French to find out more.
Hello, you must be John.
You must be Margie.
That's right.
Welcome to the Barton Wilderspin National School.
Thank you very much.
Can I show you round?
Love to.
Built in 1844 and still wonderfully complete, this former church school is unique as it's the only surviving Wilderspin school and playground.
So, John, who is Samuel Wilderspin?
He was born in 1791 in Hornsey, London.
Really?
His father taught him initially, and he couldn't understand why children on their way to whatever schools there were in those days, Sunday schools or dame schools, cried. And eventually his father had to send him to school, and he learnt why these children were so unhappy. They were caned, for instance, for not knowing what they hadn't been taught.
Oh.
As a young man, Samuel became a teacher and in 1818 found employment at England's first infant school in Westminster. From this, he managed a second infant school in Spitalfields in London. A curriculum hadn't been established, so Samuel experimented with ideas of his own.
It was a very poor area, and when Wilderspin and his wife went to this place, they found a room full of children, probably 200 little dots, and they were all crying for their mother. And he said, well, what can we do? He couldn't quiet them down.
Yeah.
So he took his wife's hat, put it on a stick, and went down on all fours. And he went into this room, and the children were quiet.
Really?
And he realised that you have to to gain the children's attention.
Yeah.
He didn't believe in corporal punishment at all. The cane was completely banned in his schools. He believed in love. That was his method of getting over to children. And he also realised the importance of play.
In the early 19th century, Wilderspin helped set up the Infant School Society, which believed that poor children should be given the principles of virtue and kept from a life of crime.
For the next 20 years, until 1844, he toured the country helping found infant schools, and he actually helped promote and found hundreds, probably 2,000 infant schools in this country.
Wilderspin then moved to Barton and created his model school, which he helped design and equip. He taught here with his wife and daughter and used it as a base for his promotion of enlightened education throughout Britain. Children all over the world have Samuel Wilderspin to thank for playtime. He was the pioneer of the playground and believed that school should be a place of education and fun.
This is the gallery, one of Wilderspin's inventions, and he realised that children had to be in a position to see and be seen. And this would accommodate 150 children.
Gosh.
The lower steps are only 6 inches high. They're for the young children, the really young
Little
ones.
legs.
Little legs, that's right.
Yeah. And what are these?
These are the lesson posts, the teaching posts, the lesson posts here. And the children would gather round and be taught in small groups.
So where are all the desks?
There weren't any desks in here.
Yeah.
The children would be encouraged to sit on the gallery, or there's benches round the wall there, or they would be gathering round the lesson posts, the teaching posts here.
So his ideas, Samuel's ideas, have been beneficial to us all.
Very much so, yes. In most schools, in fact all schools, Wilderspin's ideas are there, really. The basis for modern teaching lies with Wilderspin.
Now, has Paul in the Morris.
This is a competition, make no bones about it. But I find it hard, you don't want to hear this, but I'm going to find it hard to see it as such, because I love Margie to bits. I think we're just two happy-go-lucky, antiquesy types in a quaint car, having fun.
Let's see if you feel the same at the end of the week. Paul's journeyed his way to the Lincolnshire town of Gainsborough. Pilgrim's Antique Centre has been in business for over 30 years. Paul has £157 left to spend in here.
Hello there.
Afternoon.
Afternoon it is. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I'm Paul.
I'm Michael.
This is a sweet little Georgian single compartment caddy. Caddies commonly have 2 compartments or 3. You could have green tea, gunpowder tea, an aperture for a mixing bowl. But this, one variety of tea. And I think its near cubic nature lends it charm.
And it's priced at £35. Quite cubic. Anything else?
It's all right.
Yes, it's better than you'd think as well, that one.
Isn't it?
It
Well,
gets better, it gets
really?
better, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I'll let you discover it.
these Victorian leather-bound portable desks, jewellery caskets, whatever, I adore, but they're always too worn for me to live with. But you've got the one that was looked after.
Exactly.
It's a portable writing box. So, stationary, I assume, in the drop-down lid. Hinge intact, never the case. Now, does that self-support if I drop?
It does, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pen tray. Are these portable inkwells?
They are.
With the sprung lids. Oh, yes. Wow. What?
Look at that, he's getting excited.
The price on that is £30.
25.
Right, OK. And the wee caddy, is it 30 on it or 30?
I can't quite remember.
Give me a B2 ticks.
That tea caddy from earlier is still a hot contender.
And 35 on the wee Georgian caddy.
Right, that can be 30, round it off, 30, yeah.
Michael, I'm not a fool.
You're
Michael, thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.
I am going to settle my debts.
That last purchase from Paul concludes today's shopping.
I think this car suits our style.
It does. A bit cosy though.
Not like that?
Yeah. Not much room for my legs. Yours look a bit. It's a funny
Knees.
angle.
Get some rest, you two. Nighty-night. Good morning, campers. Ready for another fun-filled day?
How'd you sleep, Margie?
Very well. Very well. I am a very, very good sleeper.
This is good.
Yeah. I'm not exactly a calm person, but I sleep well, which amazes me. I think I'll be up all night worrying about you.
Another day in paradise with this pair. Paul's been working like a trooper. He has the Animalier bronze fox, the Arts and Crafts hot water jug, the George III tea caddy and the Victorian leather-bound stationery box,
This is my kind of material.
leaving him £102 for the day ahead. Margie has the Victorian watering can and the Victorian kettle.
You think I'm mad?
She has £172 left to spend.
Goodbye.
I'm not telling you.
How much you spend?
28 quid.
On 2 things?
Yes. 28
Oh,
quid.
are you coming over all canny through?
Lovely Margie is dropping her road trip pal at his first shop of the day in the West Yorkshire town of Ossett.
Spa Farm Antiques.
Here we are. That looks very nice to me.
Doesn't that look amazing,
Right,
Margie?
I'll do that. Oh, I love the architectural stuff.
You smell that? Coffee and cakes.
Don't.
Cheers, Margie.
Bye.
Spa Farm Antiques does look rather wonderful.
Hi, Paul. So lovely to meet you. How are you doing?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good to be back.
I
was here
know.
a few years ago.
You were, and it's really nice to see you again.
No, it really is.
He's definitely patrolling the premises. Now, what's this?
That's a Second World War or pre-Second World War RAF officer's cap. They are quite glamorous things because one thinks of what this chap may have seen. It's got some initials there, GHW1845. That clearly isn't a date, that must be a service number. But it's lacking a patent leather chin strap, and I think that's a problem.
And priced at £45.
Quandary. Never buy anything you'd have to apologise for. Sorry it doesn't have a chin strap.
Oh, blimey. Let's leave him to it and check in with our Margie now.
Not too sure about yesterday's purchases, so I've really got to shape up today. Because you really can't trust Paul Laidlaw. You know, when I leave him, like I've just done, going into the shop, you know that you've really got to be on your mettle. Otherwise, he's going to beat you.
We're accompanying Margie to the West Yorkshire town of Huddersfield. Serendipity Antiques is next for Margie to have a good old rummage.
So you must be Sam.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Plenty to look at here.
Thank you.
It's going to take me ages.
It might do.
And are you around if I want
Yeah,
you?
if you need any help, just give us a shout. We've got 3 floors and you can just wander around and watch the haunted room upstairs.
A haunted room?
Yeah.
As long as it's a friendly ghost, she'll be all right. Margie's got £172 weighing down her blazer pockets, and that's a lot of brass.
This is the haunted room is quite small. I can feel atmosphere. Is there anybody there? I shouldn't laugh because I don't disbelieve, but I'm not sure I believe either, so I'm going.
I don't blame you. Now, what's this?
Piece of Royal Dutch porcelain here, which looks very attractive. You can tell by the colours, the lovely greens and creams. And there should be a lozenge mark underneath, and there it is.
This raised triangle of clay is one of the most distinctive marks found on porcelain.
Just having a look at it. Yeah, we've got a bit of a flaw here. That's the trouble with porcelain. You're really going to keep your eye out.
It doesn't have a price tag. Where's dealer Sam? Sam?
If it was perfect,
Yeah.
I'd be looking around about the 300 quid mark. Good pieces of Royal Ducks, and it's a centrepiece.
Yeah, but it's nice, damn.
It's only the tail. Okay,
go on.
because it's damaged,
Yeah.
I'd be prepared to let it go for 60 quid.
So is 60 your final word? Because I really like it.
Well, I've got 40 quid in it. I'd let you have it for 50. That would be, I honestly
We'll
might
have,
be
it, we'll have it for 50.
Okay.
So, thanks,
Lovely.
Sam.
You're welcome.
Nice work, Margie. While she browses on, let's return to Paul over in Ossett.
There we have, apparently, old binoculars, £5. They look pretty standard, prismatic field glasses, but it's all about markings there. That says Dienstglas 6x30, a serial number, and then DDX. Dienstglas, German Third Reich Wehrmacht issue binoculars, Second World War.
This is right up Paul's boulevard.
Look at what else I've got in my hand. Ta-da! We've got the RAF versus arguably the Luftwaffe here, because these could have been carried by a Luftwaffe chap. And together, don't they make an interesting lot at auction? You got a lot for your bucks now. You with me?
Yes, sir.
Walk this way.
Achtung, pet. Time to chat with that lovely Judith.
Hello there.
Hi, Juice. How you
I found
doing?
stuff.
Have you?
Found stuff.
Amazing.
Amazing, but with a problem.
Right.
And it ain't the price.
Okay.
They're meant to have patent leather chin strap. And then you've got an old set of binoculars, which you can't argue with the price over.
Yeah.
Can you do me a deal on the two of them?
What were you thinking? We'll keep that as it is because it's cheap enough, I think. Yeah.
Well, a long way off that.
A long way.
Is 25 too far away for reality?
I think so. I think I'd rather take 30 for that. And
Well-
I think that price is absolutely fabulous.
Why don't you and I agree that that's absolutely fabulous and I give you the money?
That sounds good.
Yeah, definitely.
And there we have it. He sniffed out some militaria in the guise of the World War II RAF cap and the German Wehrmacht binoculars for a total of £35. Back to Margie in Huddersfield.
Oh, look. It's a toddy ladle, a Georgian toddy ladle. And that has survived roughly, just roughly. There's some hallmarks in the middle there. That's late 18th century. So that's 220 years old. It's got a twisted horn handle. And it's for scooping out mulled wine, you know, toddy, pouring into your glass. Every Georgian house of some note would have one.
Ladles date back to the Romans, but it wasn't until the 18th century that a companion to the newly created soup tureen was needed, and then, in turn, a smaller ladle for punch or hot toddy. Oh, Sam?
How much are we talking about, Sam?
Georgian toddy spoon?
Yeah.
Good condition, £60.
Yeah.
Well, it's not in good condition. There's a few.
Little split.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I come back at you? Would you be offended?
No, I'll never be offended. You're a very charming lady. I would never be offended.
So, how about 45?
Yeah, that'd be all right. That'd be all right.
Oh, Margie doesn't hang about.
I'll put it with your other items, Margie.
Right.
Thank you very much.
While you're passing that shelf, I've actually seen some pens. Can we just
Okay.
have a quick look?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, okay.
Could there be a trio buy in the offing?
Do you mean these?
Yeah, I do actually.
Right. Well, they're on my £20 shelf.
£20 shelf, I like it.
Parker 45.
And then
Original in
we've
its
got
box.
these here, which are...
You've
what's
got,
that one?
Um,
Has it got a name?
they've only just come in, but this is a...
That's an old one.
Yeah, this is an early
Yeah.
Edwardian. I think it's serpentine. It's a propelling pencil.
that's nice.
You've got a Parker
Yeah.
pen there
Oh.
with a 14-carat nib.
That's 2 boxes of pens priced at £20 each.
So how much are we saying for the lot then? A
Um,
little parcel. And then I'm going now.
£30 for the two.
Yeah, that should be all right, shouldn't it? Thank you.
And that swift purchase gives her 3 lovely lots for a total of £125. The town of Pontefract in West Yorkshire is where Paul's next headed. He's come to learn about the favourite sweetie namesake of the town, the Pontefract cake. But there's an intriguing link to modern-day democracy too.
Hi, is it Dave?
Yes, Dave, welcome.
Good to see you.
Dave Evans, curator of the Pontefract Museum, is going to enlighten us further.
What's its origin? How far back does this sweet or food stuff go?
Well, as far as we know, licorice goes back thousands of years, and it starts out as a medicine, particularly good for sort of stomach upsets and chest problems.
It's widely believed that licorice arrived in Pontefract either from crusaders returning from their campaigns or with 14th century Dominican monks who settled at Pontefract Priory.
So it's not native to the British Isles?
Licorice itself isn't, no, it grows in most places around the world, but we're right at the sort of northern extreme here of where you can grow it.
And what part of the plant's the good bit?
Surprisingly, it's the root that's used to make the licorice. It grows very deep, and that's why Pontefract is so successful in growing it, because it has very deep, rich, well-drained soil. So the roots grow down 4-6 feet, and then you leave them to grow for about 5 years, then dig the root up.
Pontefract guarded the growing of licorice, and laws passed forbidding anyone else from growing the herb.
By 1700, Pontefract is growing lots of it, particularly around the castle area.
In 1760, local apothecary George Dunhill was the first to add sugar and create a sweetie that could be chewed. Dunhill's discovery made Pontefract licorice world famous. Most of the fields in the area were involved, and by the end of the 19th century, around 100 tons of licorice was being produced.
But when the sweets really take off in the middle to later 19th century, production runs way ahead of what Pontefract can cope with, and they start importing it, mainly from Spain and Turkey.
Quite why they were called cakes is lost in time, but since the 17th century, Pontefract cakes featured the local castle stamped into every sweetie to signify quality. This stamp would go on to play a critical part in a political first too.
OK, what have we here?
Well, this is a ballot box that was used in the first British parliamentary election held by secret ballot, which was a by-election here in Pontefract in August 1872. And its connection to licorice is that they then closed the boxes, locked them, and needed to seal them. And they needed to seal them with something that was common across all 5 polling stations. So they used wax and the Pontefract cake stamps from the local company Wilkinson's.
What a survivor. And what a history. So we've gone from medieval medicine through Georgian sweets to Victorian politics, all by virtue of this little sweet.
Right.
Amazing. Well, it's been fascinating, and I'd love to cap it all off with a sweet. Do you fancy going and getting some?
Yep, we just happen to have a few here.
No. Set by magic. Do you like these things?
Yes, in moderation.
Well, one for you and one for me, yeah?
Yeah.
Cheers, Dave.
Cheers.
Let's leave them to chomp on their sweeties. Margie is off to the village of Dodworth in South Yorkshire.
Hoping that this shop's going to be good. Quite exciting, really. You never know what you're turning up to.
Margie's visiting locked in time with £47 burning a hole in her pocket.
Hi, David.
Hello, Marjorie. You all right?
Lovely shop.
Yes, thank you.
Right. What's ripe for Margie in here, then?
Oh, gosh. Keep your food warm. Gosh, 25 quid. Cover a meat dish. Good Edwardian house would have these of all different sizes to keep the food warm when it's coming from the kitchen. And that's really nice. That's called the key pattern. Very old pattern. That's called the key pattern. You've got all that lovely engraving. Still a useful item, but you know the problem. Who wants to clean it? And who wants to use it? It's lost its use.
Moving on, then.
I've just found these. And these are rather nice brass church sticks. And they look lovely. I mean, they're in every church that you go into. Good age, they'll be mid-Victorian. And alongside are these little brass candlesticks with the pushers that push the candle out there. And they're probably earlier. Georgian. That's probably late Georgian. Not worth a lot of money, but if I can buy them cheaply, I could put them maybe with one of the things I bought yesterday, like maybe the kettle or something.
They don't sport a price, though. Let's see if David is up for a deal.
So, running out of time, running out of money. Mm-hmm. So, how much?
I'd say about £35.
Yeah, you're near.
I'm near, am I?
Yeah, 25?
Yeah, I think that's not too
Is that all right? You sure?
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely sure?
Yes.
Blimey, Margie doesn't waste her time. And those candlesticks are the final purchase of this first leg. So, now, let's cadge a lift with our chirpy road trippers.
Harrogate, here we come.
Feeling good?
Yes. Feeling good, optimistic?
What?
Optimistic.
I don't want optimism from the opposite camp, Margie. I want despondency.
No, that comes after.
Oh, blimey. Time, I think, now for a bit of shut-eye. Get set! It's auction day, and we're in the heart of Yorkshire, the Victorian spa town of Harrogate, to be precise. A proper tea and bun destination.
Excited?
Yep.
Nervous?
Yep. Always nervous, auction day, and you don't help.
Thompson's Auctioneers is hosting today's showdown.
Ah.
It's big enough.
It is plenty to see.
You going for a mooch?
I am.
Which way are you going?
See you later.
Let's have a refresher on how our road trip buddies have fared. Margie's spent £178 on 5 lots. Paul, well, he's been a bit more frugal, spending £133 also on 5 auction lots. Now for the verdict on one another's buys.
Margie has gone and bought brass candlesticks in a watering can. Crazy, yeah? Surely madness. On the contrary, shrewd. For me, these steal the show. Belton pair ecclesiastical brass candlesticks, and frankly, I think they're worth more than the £35 you paid for the lot.
Well, this is a typical Paul Laidlaw lot, isn't it? Which puts you into a quandary and slightly worried. To me, it's just an officer's cap from World War II, but I think these might be the things that are going to make the lot expensive. Military, obviously, World War II, absolutely not a clue. £35, going to be a worry, I think.
It's a general sale today. What does auctioneer Kate Higgins make of Paul and Margie's purchases? Go on, Kate, spill the beans.
The retro Parker pen, there's a pencil and 3 other pens. We find a lot of people do collect fountain pens and what have you. We do have other lots in the sale today. I expect it to probably do £40 or £50. The RAF Peak Cap by Burberry and the binoculars, it's one of my favourite lots in this week's sale. I think, you get a collector on that, it should do £80 to £100.
Right, let's take our seats.
Look rather comfortable.
They are very comfortable.
Well, there's nowhere to hide now, Margie.
Absolutely.
Let's get jolly well started then. Paul's George III tea caddy is up first.
Here we go, come on.
I am 25 bid, 30 now. 30, 5, 40, 40 with the lady, 5 anywhere else. Ladies bid here
it's
at 45.
lean.
On my right now at 45, 50 anywhere. I shall sell at 45.
Well done.
It's a profit.
You're in?
It's a start.
Yeah.
Certainly is, Paul. Long may the good fortune continue.
I would like to do more than that, though. I don't mind telling you. How greedy am I?
Couldn't possibly comment. Margie's Victorian watering can and brass candlesticks combo lot is next.
Commission starts at 25, 30 now. With me here at 25, 30, 5, 40 in the room, 45, 50, 55, 60, 60 here. Gentleman's bid here at 60. Do I see 5? I shall sell at 60.
That's okay.
Happy days, Margie.
Well done, Margie. That result places you ahead of Paul.
2 profits out of 2 lots. Look at us. We're on a roll, Margie.
Here's hoping. Time for Paul's arts and crafts copper jug.
I am 10 bid, 15 now. 15 we have. Do I see 20?
Do we see a pro? 20, 5.
Somebody's picked up on it.
5, 40. Your bid, sir, at 45.
Take it.
In the room at £40. I shall sell at 40.
That's very, very good.
Marvellous result. You're firmly back in the lead, Paul.
And that was my weak lot.
You did well to spot the name because you could hardly see it.
He's not just a pretty face, Margie. Let's see how your Georgian silver toddy ladle fares.
Commission starts at 25, 30 now. 30, 5, 40. Standing at 40, 5.
Yeah.
45 seated now.
Please.
50 anywhere else.
Oh, no.
50, 5. 55 still with you, sir. 60 now. I shall sell at 55. 8565.
We profit.
Someone's got a real bargain there.
Sell at 420.
On the other hand,
It's not over yet, mate.
I'm counting no chickens.
You certainly can't in this game. Paul's Victorian leather-bound stationery box is next to go.
Lots of boxes in the world, aren't there?
Steady, Margie, steady.
Stationery box, £10. 10 for it, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30, 5, 40, 5, 50.
We're safe.
Standing bid at 50.
It's still cheap.
Gentleman's bid here at £50. I shall sell in the room at 50.
Hey, that's a gift.
It's a profit, but it's too cheap.
Yeah.
Great result, Paul.
You're going to do that with your moustache, will you, please?
Be contemplative.
Oh, blimey. Margie's propelling pencil and gold nibbed fountain pen are next.
Commission starts at 60. Do I see 5?
It's too much. It's £15 too much. You said.
On commission at £60. I shall
Oh,
sell
look at
at
their
60.
face.
1145. Ladies, New York Swan Fountain.
Well done, Margie. You've overtaken Big Beardy.
Hey, we're doing well today, aren't we?
It's the auctioneer's favourite, Paul's RAF cap and the Wehrmacht binoculars. Watch out.
Here we go, come on.
Oh, I can't look.
Commission starts at 75.
Yes.
80 now. With me here at 75. Do I see 80 anywhere?
All on commission.
On commission, I shall sell at 75.
We'll take it though.
21856.
Yeah, it was fair enough.
76.
Your expertise has paid off, Paul. Nice finds.
Ooh, so we are doing all right, aren't we? Oh my word, we're doing all right.
Swimmingly. Margie's Victorian kettle is next to go.
I think it's a nice kettle. I hope somebody else thinks so.
On commission at 20. Do I see 5? 25 we have. 30 now. In the room, I shall sell at 25.
It's not a loss.
16248.
Come on, Margie. It's still a profit.
I'm happy.
And that's all that counts, Margie. Paul's bronze Animalier Fox is next.
Commission starts at 65 now.
You're right.
With me here at 60. Do I see 5? On commission at £60. I shall sell at 60.
That's good double your money.
I'll take it.
This auctioneer doesn't hang about. Well done again, Paul.
I'll take
You've
it.
done very well with that.
9 out of 9 lots making profits. Well done indeed. But can Margie's last lot, the damaged Royal Ducks figurine, make it a clean sweep?
£20. 20 for it. 20 we have. Do I see 5? 25. 30. No, on my right at 30. 5 anywhere else. In the room at £30. I shall sell at 30. 585.
Oh, you scared me there.
Well, that is a blow.
The first and only loss of the day. Bad luck, Margie.
Margie, 4 profits. 4 profits.
You've got 5.
I know, but if I could give one of them back, I would.
Oh, you little liar. You little liar.
He jests, Margie.
Will you take me for a coffee?
Of course, with my profits, I'll buy a bun as well.
Come on.
Who will be triumphant at the first auction then? Let's work out the numbers. Margie began with £200 and after all sale room costs made a profit of £10 and 60 pence. She begins the second leg with £210 and 60 pence. Paul also kicked things off with £200 and he has soared into the lead with a profit of £88 and 40 pence. Paul claims the first leg and has a delightful £288 and 40 pence for next time.
Well,
All right. Better than all right. 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Could I do more of this?
Yeah, I thought I could do.
Shall we then?
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Can't wait, road trippers. Next time on the Antiques Road Trip, Margie's on the warpath.
I think of the Civil War when I
Oh,
think
here
of
we
York.
go.
Paul believes in sprinting furniture.
That little chair could run off.
Margie's employing fearless bargaining,
I'm going to offer £38.
while Paul's Mr. Wind-Up Merchant.
You know what?
Not yet.
You're joking. I've been through the door 5 minutes and I've bought something.
You're a little liar.